clock winds back to the start of the journey to Penacony. The Astral Express, upon invitation from the Watchmaker, heads to a cosmic vacation spot, the Reverie Hotel, for a banquet. However, in this sweet dream paradise, they unexpectedly become entangled in two bizarre murder mysteries. A grand struggle for a legacy begins. Numerous factions enter one after another, acting in response to the situation. The family, a confrontation between the emanator of the nihility, Acheron, and IPC representative Aventurine becomes the turning point of the entire event. The Express crew thus delves into the heart of the situation. Here, Gallagher reveals to everyone the truths about the dreamscape to fulfill the wishes of their predecessors. Everyone heads to the Penacony Grand Theater with the intention the future of Penacony remains uncertain. However, thanks to the mediation of the crew, the family and the IPC agree to, in the very end, Sparkle makes a grand return with a startling bombshell. This crisis is ultimately resolved amid spectacular fight.
Amphorius, the Eternal Land.
Yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan said. It's a world hidden away. You haven't been with us on the Express very...
We should consider Pom-Pom's opinion too. They don't know we're considering him.
Yeah! Plus, even if we passed Amphorius over...
In other words, we won't be leaving Penacony anytime soon.
Or we could also revisit our previous stops to make sure that the
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip, you probably...
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. But is there even any point to do it? I mean, look at us. This sudden surge in inter-family cooperative efforts. It's nothing but a pretense for those outsiders, isn't it?
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Now I'm curious. Are the stories going around true? Was the furor that broke out a while ago really a result of trouble within the Oak family?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is also a means to maintaining social stability? Now, who knows who's been fanning the flames? But there are a dozen rumors going around out there, each one more outlandish than the last.
Oh, I've heard those. Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had orchestrated everything and... what was it again? That the...
Well, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for sure is that someone's taken the rap for it.
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo. Most of the blame was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly canceled. Since then, not a single soul. Forget his whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive. Talk about scary. For all we know...
I've heard another theory about that family head, though. I beg your pardon, sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here, and all affected facilities have been closed off. Kindly take a detour in the meantime.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez, are we Penaconians never gonna dream in peace again?
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The stateroom has already been sealed. This is just a routine inspection. A move to heighten security, if you will. Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our power to protect the sweet dreams of everyone.
I see. We'll leave the two of you to your work then.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh. Do you recall when or where we might have met?
My bad. I must be mistaken. Sorry about that. Sweet dreams to both of you, sirs.
You sure have a knack for stirring up trouble. Of all the routes available, you had to take the one that bloodhounds keeping watch over.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around. Even if they see through the Harmony's power of disguise, there'll be a way for us to escape.
Spare a thought for me, will you? Just being in your company is plenty enough to get me into trouble, Mr. Prime Fugitive of Penacony.
And that is exactly why I need you with me. You're the only one I can rely on in Penacony now.
The only one you can rely on. Huh. What about her?
At least, she was spared from the consequences of my actions.
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you. Eager for everyone to take you to task after a setback because that's the only way you'll feel better. As though the more they condemn you, the more likely you can rectify your mistake. That said, if I'd really wanted to hit you where it hurts, I'd use a different approach. Like a show of sympathy, for example.
You're right. I won't deny that.
She should still be in Penacony. Aren't you going to look for her?
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know why. Considering your vested interest, I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Helping a fugitive return to their home. So exciting.
I see two bloodhounds. They appear to be on official business. What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't...
My apologies. I forgot that you're not very tall.
Remind me, why do I have to make this trip with you?
We've been through this. Besides, we once lived a cat-and-dog existence. Embroiling you in my affairs won't weigh on my conscience.
You certainly don't have much of one if you can bring yourself to say something.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same.
Holy moly! Can you get any more
When you were abandoned in the wild and near your end, when you were at your wit's end and felt lost.
Okay, I get it already, yeah, but I don't understand. Why are you hell-bent on... Did they make you a deal? You can have your freedom back?
Regrettably, Lady Bonajade did.
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm.
I will not.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one...
She only left me with a most intriguing message before setting me free. I'll only know when I find out what it is.
But nothing good ever comes out of being in the IPC.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, there's still some time before that payment.
By walking straight into a trap.
Or by making a... When it's time to go, this will be farewell for good. So, before...
Can't you just look back on it?
There's something else I want to do, too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen.
Get off your high horse. The other 4 families are more than...
I might have gone astray, but others shouldn't have to clean up after my mistake.
Then you should also know that the IPC isn't gonna help you a second time. If you fall into the families...
You know how it is. Old habits die hard. The tie should be on the center line. The shirt must not protrude from the vest. The same applies when bidding my home farewell.
But what has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the Founder is one of your disguises.
I'm not that old.
Oh, come on. Take a joke, will ya?
Sorry, but park facilities are out of order.
That sounds familiar.
I'm aware of the situation.
What? What are you talking about? I mean... Mr. One Week. Please excuse me, I should have recognized you earlier.
I want to know what's going on in there. You'll tell me.
There's nothing much to say, actually. We Bloodhounds are just as baffled as you are.
Aftermath.
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr. Workday. He works for me. You don't know?
Oh, I see. Pardon my... Coming back to the topic of the park. Let's just say that...
What happens if you violate the prohibition?
It's baffling, but corrective measures will be taken. It's kind of difficult to explain.
Yeah, that works. Can you keep watch over the entrance? We'll go in and have a look for our...
Please take these notes with you. They may come in handy.
You shouldn't have said that just now. It'll only make us look suspicious.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. I've always found this name to be more suitable. So, why are we here? You managed this park.
You could say that. I was still a child back when we were taking a walk in hindsight. That was probably the first time that I enforced order.
You rose through the ranks soon after. I take it that you must have done a pretty good job.
Quite the contrary. I made a terrible mess of things. Fortunately, the tourists thought of it as nothing more than a spell of merrymaking.
Was that his way of training you?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequences to show me what he'd learned in life. But this place is no exception. The distorted after echoes of the Order.
Let's see what we have on these notes. No consumption of food except for burgers. What? No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Please tell me you didn't make...
I have nothing against desserts. The only reason...
What happens if I...
It's as the Bloodhound said. Corrective measures will be enforced.
Huh. Try me.
Wait, don't...
Ah.
That's odd.
Didn't I tell ya? The family can take care of the issue without you having to get involved. Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed on this stage. A surprisingly reasonable rule.
And an easy one to test. Neither of us is part of the cast or a crew member. Let's try it out.
huh?
Let's try that again.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way back onto the right path. Looks like this is an
You've been iron-fisted since you were little. Wait a sec. If this is how violation...
I tried to warn you. How do you feel?
Now? I'm feeling murderous.
In any case, say what you will, but I can't sit by and do nothing. Not when I'm the cause of all this trouble and
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their roots. We'll be able to trace them when a distorted after echo manifests to correct us. Then, I'll use the power of tuning to heal the dreamscape.
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now? Do not discard trash in trash can. This is absurd. Did you make this rule too?
Children tend to be fascinated by such paradoxes.
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Something's happening. What is this? A woodcutter's trap?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt troupe while experiencing the attractions. The Dream Jolt troupe, where? Are they hiding or something? Oh, there it is. Found a good hiding spot, didn't ya?
Just one moment. Ugh. I'm afraid you're going to have to handle it.
Handle this? Wait, is that really all you've got on you?
May I remind you that I am currently on the run?
Luck's on our Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens? Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule? They can't be... No.
Rhythm get messed. Dreams do come true. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
There's more to life. Existence is meaningful. Like fire until everything burns to ashes! This is set to the every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Rhythm get messed up.
to do that.
Perhaps making the attraction...
Aren't the rules...
Enough. The look...
Oh, there it is.
Time for it to disappear. Reveal thyself unto me.
Whoa. It worked.
So long as there remains a need for me to...
That's true. Come to think... That was sarcasm, in case you didn't...
You never forget times of failure.
Ugh, you're probably the only one. What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so full. When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess. I thought myself no longer the same person as before. I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now. We should go.
So, where are we?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'd advise you to stay away from that.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. You okay?
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe.
Hold on. Sweet Dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Thank you.
Whew, that was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. Why is he still in Penacony? We needn't change our plans because of him. But be sure to keep your guard up. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days. Come now. It's time we set off. Let's not stick too close to each other, just in case. A few feet or so between us will do. seems I let...
I will, but put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar impression of me. Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent. Penacony will never experience...
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value. Not after how you wielded the power of harmony. Answer me. What are you doing here?
It looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally.
So, it was the IPC that freed you.
My sister has likely made an agreement of some sort with them. As for how I'm able to move around freely in Penacony, I have 1 week to thank for that. As you can see, I've only returned to my home to bid it farewell. Would you be kind enough to give me...
Agreed. But, until you leave Penacony for good, you're... I left my home in a hurry, too. I know how it feels. That said, I can't make this call by myself. My companions need to know about this, too.
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony, too?
Come with me. We'll go find them.
Okay, okay. Boy, this is gonna be a party.
We're here. They should be somewhere nearby.
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, there's something that puzzles me. Now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue on its trailblazing journey? Why have you and your companions stayed behind in Penacony? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were indeed the case...
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the Nameless and aid with any plans you may have.
There's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering here is a certain unusual passenger.
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up in Penacony for a while.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here? Or... these ladies?
This... how?
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a huge problem.
Isn't it fascinating how variables never... I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to... I hear that the Astral Express has established a collaboration with the Garden of Recollection for your next destination. Could there be more to it? Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind in the Garden of Recollection's mirror. It's a pity we do not communicate much within the society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord of Silence. I have never heard of Amphorius, however. That Foxian girl has indeed been through an unimaginable turn of events. So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral Express volunteered to send her back? Looks like this is one exceptional passenger. Don't you have to accompany her?
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on? March?
Oh, about that. Why don't you ask her instead? She knows how to present. You don't have to tell him that. He can see for himself. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Ting-Yun for a while after...
Did something happen in the dreamscape?
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he gave us some of his candy. A type of candy that's...
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
I didn't really want to do it, but she insisted on us giving it a shot. That's how we got into this problem.
What happened?
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So, we had some candy, and we're so happy we rolled around on the ground for a bit before standing up. But once we... Miss Ting-Yun ate the candy too. But she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after sneeze. And before we knew it, she multiplied into...
What's your take?
The dreamscape is a Memoria world. It is likely the candy triggered her hypersensitive mind, causing scattered memory fragments to dissociate. There is no cause for concern. We've experienced similar incidents.
Mr. Yang? Who?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself.
I was only being careful. Or we would have been stopped by the Bloodhounds more than one. Help me remove my disguise. 1 week.
It's been a while, everyone.
You! What's going on?
Everyone, stay calm. I'll explain. I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be. Mr. 1 Week here is an old acquaintance.
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
The surprises just keep pouring in. First there was Miss Acheron, and then Miss Ting-Yun. Why does it seem like...
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now, we should be focused.
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean, Mr. Yang. These Ting-Yuns aren't exact...
Miss March 7th, have you taken the time to consider my suggestion?
Your suggestion?
It's me! I'm the one who wants every Ting-Yun to come together to form the Ting-Yun Merchant Guild. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? Just imagine how in sync we'll be with one another. We're bound to thrive and prosper. I know, we can't leave the dreamscape to trade with the outside world, so that's where you come in, Miss March 7th. Your wits surpass many other...
I guess I can consider it. I hope everything goes... there. Now do you see what I mean, Mr. Yang?
There does appear to be an element of her talking to herself.
referring to the part about my wits surpassing many others.
Mr. Yang mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home. Could this lady be from the Xianzhou Alliance?
Yes, more specifically, the Xianzhou Luofu.
The Luofu? Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Luofu some time ago? Was she one of the few survivors?
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person closest to the Eye of the Storm.
Looks like there's a lot more to this story.
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape, do you have any suggestions for fixing this problem?
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other Miss Tingyuns here.
That sounds nice. People never forget a person, but then again, gifts should be last. If we really want. She may.
You sure have a way of.
These three Tingyuns don't look...
So, what do you think, Sonny?
Let's try a different name, my dear friend.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a leaf out of this Foxy and...
The problem with Miss Tingyun is just as I suspected before. That prank shattered her into notes that are each a part of her. In other words, it means the Tingyuns we see here are all different aspects of her psyche.
Okay. You just made it sound a whole.
At any rate, this is a known occurrence across the Dreamscape. Tuning could be the way to fix it. The only problem is that these Miss Tingyuns are too caught up in their own world. Is there one we...
One that we can speak with? But it may take me a while to identify her. Looks like they still haven't decided on anything yet.
Well, if you ask me, take the people pleaser out of the picture.
You're hoping for them to get into a fight. Why do I feel like it's not gonna... Huh? Ugh, yikes! She's scary. No, I won't be able... Huh? You can't fly? What? I can. I can fly. I'll take you next time. Should...
Nah, I think she's pretty.
Even if that's true.
Oh, were you all looking for me? Oh, were you all looking for me?
Found her! If I remember correctly, this...
It's nothing special, really.
She ought to meet your 1 week and...
Worth a try, my lady. If I may, I wish to perform a tuning on you.
Before you start, you...
It is not my intention to provoke you. Perhaps,
That is true.
if you still have concerns.
There's no need for that.
Are you all right with this, Miss Tingyun?
I go as the wind blows, so...
Then kindly forgive our...
What the... Did any of you hear a voice just now?
a voice.
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Miss Ting-Yun, you're finally back! You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What?
It's nothing. Just a trivia.
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle it yourself. This girl is not as ordinary as she appears. I nearly died. Just now. Don't be afraid.
What is this?
No matter what you see, you're not alone.
Who are you? And who am I? Is that where I came from? And where does this... That looks so familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
The life support pod is ready. They were only...
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Xianzhou might not...
You're still trying.
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand the logic behind it.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I am? Can they not hear me? This girl is... Ting-Yun. What a familiar name.
Don't question it. Keep moving forward. These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you?
I can't go to you. All I can do is wait for you to...
You want me to go through here? Do I have to...
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as...
My... wait! Is this called... coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone.
I'd like to set you
Stay in step.
Step up!
There's more to be turned on. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
I will set you
Take your positions. Let's improvise. I will fight to that! The mood is set just right. Let the show begin! Stay in step.
In the mood for a slice, like my friends? Indulge yourselves!
How can it be? What? The ones from before weren't defeated either.
As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction, or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These are...
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh. No wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit now?
Close, but not quite.
So... I'm
You can think of it that way.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand.
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live. You may also prove yourself to be the exception. I would also be pleased.
How troublesome. But...
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along the same path. And only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug-of-war. It's a good... Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, but someone didn't agree with that assessment. And it just...
What about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, yet you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet...
My body...
I'm sorry. I can't let you... Your body was contaminated by the destruction. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. There's no need for that. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear. Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds me, you should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past.
Are you all right?
Did I pass out?
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead.
I suppose there's no point in hiding. Miss Tingyun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who...
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the field of life. After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Tingyun back home. We made a stop at Penacony along the way.
I'm so sorry. I thought... no...
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink? I feel like I've been asleep for 10 years.
That's fine. We should find another place to talk anyway.
Soul glad again.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you.
It was nothing. Now that...
There's no need for that. Mr. I'll leave Miss Tingyun in your hand.
Huh? But, Miss...
I trust that you can handle it.